Buonasera, welcome back to Milano in Italy from the Palazzo Mazda. It's the K1 Italia, the Okatgon. 8 men go in, only 1 man comes out. We're going to find out who that man is going to be. Freddy Kemayo of France, Viva la France, and Alexander Ustinov of Russia. Well, they go head-to-head in this final to decide the winner of this event. As I said to you, we've got a special surprise coming up, and that is a WMC female world title fight. Make of that what you will when you see it, but that's to come. This is now. There's the list. Brege, Ustinov, Gregory, Gur, Mastorovic, Iftemoe, Kemayo, Borgomayo. 8 men have gone in. It's been refined down to 2. That place on the right to be filled by one of the 2 men you're going to see fight now. Alexander Ustinov and Freddy Kemayo. Ustinov, 18 fights, 14 wins, 11 KOs. Freddy Kemayo, 25 fights, 23 wins, 15 KOs. 2 very different fighters. Ustinov, meat and 2 veg man, leads with the left, follows through, steady workload, great boxer, very powerful man indeed, and in actual fact has height and weight advantage over Kemayo here. Kemayo comes in at 97 kilograms and 186 centimeters. Alexander Ustinov, 198 centimeters, 122 kilograms. So Ustinov, the big boy in the ring, but Kemayo, just relentless. He's one of these fighters, when the going gets tough, Kemayo gets going, and the heart of a lion when put under pressure, and needs to box really clever, because Ustinov will want to try and close him down, and Ustinov, with that weight and height advantage, probably feels there's a stoppage coming on, but you saw the way Kemayo dispatched the Italian Ionut Iftemoe with that scathing low kick. And if he can slow down Ustinov, I have to say that Ustinov got an ungainly pair of legs on him. Big, thick old tree trunks, and you know, a bit of varicose veins at the bottom at the ankle there. And I think that if Kemayo can launch something downstairs, it could give him an advantage. But that's a big advantage, that height. 186 centimeters Kemayo to 198. But look at Kemayo, he brings the fight, doesn't he, to the Russian. Not frightened at all. The Russian replies with the high kick. That left of the Russian goes straight through the guard of Kemayo, but Kemayo, low kick in, good couple of shots in downstairs. Keeps the Russian back with the front teep. And Ustinov, not in a great hurry to come in and mix it up with Kemayo. Having a look-see, knows Kemayo's dangerous. And that lefter glides, piston-like, from Ustinov. Oh, and a good clash there. Kemayo got, well, the shots took off, but they didn't quite land. And at the end of the first, it's a good round for Kemayo. Certainly hasn't allowed Ustinov to impose himself. Used the ring well. Kept Ustinov hunting. And he tried to dominate early, Ustinov, but he just quite never got to hit what was an incredible moving target in Kemayo. And they were great low shots. And that low kick of Kemayo, we saw what damage it did to Iftemoe, the Romanian stroke Italian. took him right out. Well, the second, and this is a very interesting final. So, secondi a fuori. Referee just checking Kemayo's corner. And he's insisting that a little bit of grease is taken off the body of Kemayo. And the crowd just favouring what on paper would be the underdog and saying, well, you know, let the man have a little bit of grease on him. So 2 of a schedule 3 in this, the final of the K1 Italia, the Okatgon. Well, Kemayo, Lionheart, look at him come forward. And he really brings it to the Russian. And he's not frightened to mix it up. And I tell you, Kemayo now really starting to unload the Frenchman, looking absolutely fearless. Absolutely impassionate Kemayo as he comes forward. And the thing about Ustinov is he does not like it when the pace is disturbed in that way. Ustinov likes to work at his own pace, leads with the left, follows through with the right. It's all textbook stuff, and he just doesn't like it when a little upset comes along, and that upset could be Kemayo. Well, he's so explosive, Kemayo. When he goes, it's like a tiger with its tail being held. Oh, Kemayo tries an axe kick, but he's punished for his efforts. Kemayo brings it on. The Russian just likes that steady pace, just almost as if he's working out in a gym. But Kemayo likes to mix it and then just unload in short spurts of energy. Oh, and he took a good left there. And Kemayo needs to have a care because now Ustinov finding the range, starting to land those big shots. Kemayo on his bike. But it's not enough, he gets caught there. And Kemayo needs to cover up now because this is a dangerous time for the Frenchman. Just look at that face. And Ustinov maybe trying to finish it. The referee intervening, he's holding on, bringing the knee strike in. Kemayo getting just a little too acquainted with some of those punches of Ustinov, and he's beginning to tire now, as you would, trying to hold off a bigger, heavier opponent. Ustinov's sensing that he could finish this. And Kemayo being punished every time he tries to strike now. And the Italians firmly behind Kemayo. And it's not the first time I've seen Kemayo as the underdog in terms of size and weight. He's fought some seriously big opponents and fearlessly brought it on. But certainly if Kemayo can rest and recover during this break in the rounds and start to upset the pace of the Russian, well, anything could happen. But certainly Ustinov starting to go to another level there, just finding that steady, relentless workload paying dividends. And Kemayo not rolling out so nicely from the shots, being caught as he turned, and just losing out in terms of a little bit of luck to the Russian. So the third and final round, and Kemayo brings in the high kick, and he's looking very, very dynamic. Not exactly lemon fresh, but the guard's up, he's looking focused, and Ustinov, well, so long as Kemayo can beat him to the punch or beat him to the kick, it will upset the flow of the Russian. Russian doing everything here by clockwork. Well, Kemayo looking to try and make this work in this round. Well, the Russian incredibly powerful, but taking some great shots here from Kemayo. And Kemayo now having great success with the hands. And if he can just get a shot off, and the Russian holding on, and really the referee should have intervened at that stage, because there is a no clinch rule, and Ustinov was hanging on to Kemayo there, well, like a girl's blouse. And Kemayo just incredibly got some shots off there, and that's what upsets Ustinov. He just doesn't like it when it doesn't go his own way. And Kemayo just likes to cause that little upset. If he can just find the energy to keep it going, he could burgle this. And the crowd, the Italians, right behind Kemayo, the underdog as it would seem, height and weight disadvantaged. Well, fair play to Kemayo, that's the first time he's gone to the clinch. And he's used the ring well. He's just tried to keep out of Ustinov's range. And Ustinov doesn't like it. Look, it's just when he sees a moving target, he gets all flustered. And he's lumbering around, chasing Kemayo, and Kemayo just sauntering around the ring. But you watch, he'll just light that blue touch paper, and Kemayo will start to cause him all kinds of problems. Just like that, just like that, and just like that. But he got tagged on the inside there, Kemayo. But those big shots from Kemayo, crowd pleasing. Ustinov, well, Kemayo bringing up the high kick, and he's absolutely exhausted, and Ustinov can't finish him. This is a moving target. Oh, and Kemayo goes for a uppercut there, and at the end of the third, well, Ustinov says he's won it. I don't know. It's going to go to judges' scorecards. Maybe even an extra round. I mean, that was 11, 12 unanswered punches. And all right, they weren't KOs. Well, maybe 15. But, you know, they're all scoring. And just that workload there was huge from Kemayo. Well, maybe it's wishful thinking, but we'll wait and see. I've got an open mind on this. It would be wishful thinking that the Frenchman could just snaffle it, but it'll probably go to the Russian. But we'll have to wait and see. And it's tense here. And the crowd, in fairness to them, the Italians were right behind Kemayo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the fight and the new Okatgon K1 champion is Alexander Ustinov.
Well, it's not a surprise. It would have been nice to see the underdog in Kemayo go forward, but Ustinov has done it, and he'll be pleased with that. Not a sparkling performance, But hey, a win's a win. And you can see Ustinov is completely happy with that. So, I suspect that Ustinov will be necking some pasta like it's going out of fashion. Spaghetti alla mare. And you have to give it up for the Frenchman, Kemayo. You know, on paper he was outgunned, but he caused, well, a few upsets there for the Russian. So the new K1 Italy Okatgon winner, Alexander Ustinov of Russia. And in fairness, the workload was steady. We're going for a short commercial break where we bring you something special after the pubblicità. See you in a few.